Welcome back, everybody. This is Van Johnson. This is Banter Pirates. We're here. Anderson Cooper loses it with Chris Sununu. Let's take a look at this one.
I'm not saying it's okay. Don't put words in my mouth.
So would you stop that? Would you stop that process?
Don't be a dick.
I know what you're not showing here. Musk gave 7 specific examples off the top of his head of where the corruption and fraud were. I know you didn't play the clips.
Everything they approve all the payments at Treasury, because if you approve all the payments, you don't get complaints. But now we're saying that no, actually we are going to complain.
It's amazing how many people don't want this to happen. Why would anybody who's got some common sense, which that might be the factor that's involved, not want this man and Trump to go in and find corruption? Boggles me. Astounding.
If money is spent badly, if your taxpayer dollars are not spent in a sensible and frugal manner, then that's not okay. Cursory examination of Social Security, and we've got people in there that are 150 years old. Now, do you know anyone who's 150? I don't. Okay. They should be on the Guinness Book of World Records. They're missing out. So, that's a case where, I think they're probably dead. It's my guess. Or they should be very famous, one of the two.
Tell it like it is.
And then there's a whole bunch of Social Security payments where there's no identifying information. Well, why is there no identifying information?
As an example, a man has a contract for 3 months and the contract ends, but they keep paying him for the next 20 years.
I want that contract.
Because nobody ends a contract.
Honestly, I couldn't want that contract because everybody knows if that's really happening, you got to know you're stealing from the government.
Get a lot of that. You have a contract that's a 3-month contract. Now, normally, if you're in a small, in all fairness, it's the size of this thing is so big. Yeah. But if you have a contract and you're in a regular business, you end the contract in 3 months. It's a consultant. Here's a contract for 3 months, but it goes on for 20 years.
20 years. That's insane.
And the guy doesn't say that he got money for 20 years. They don't say it. They just keep getting checks month after month. And you have various things like that, and even much worse than that, actually, much worse. And I guess you call that incompetence, maybe. Yeah. It could be corruption. It could be a deal's made on both sides, where the guy gets the money, he kicks. I think there's a lot of kickback here. I see a lot of kickback here.
There's a lot of kickbacks.
A tremendous kickback, because nobody could be so stupid to give out some of these contracts. So he has to get a kickback. So that's what I got elected for, that and borders and military and a lot of things, but this is a big part of it.
Yeah,
he was talking about a contractor that had a 3-month contract. He was paid for 20 years. He was talking about welfare benefits that were being paid to someone that was technically 150 years old. He was talking about line items in the Treasury that had no justification.
There's no he doesn't present any actual evidence.
Well, he's standing there in the Oval Office. Do you expect him to come in with 10,000 pages? And I have to be clear, to complain about this administration about transparency, when this president takes open questions on a daily basis, yet Joe Biden didn't show up for a press conference in 6 months, is insane. Well, these guys are being extremely transparent. They don't have to sit there and take the questions, but they do. It's all on the website. It's all out there.
It's not transparency to say things that have no factual background. I mean, to say we're cutting, we've found $1 billion or $1 trillion in waste with no specifics, that's just talk. That's not transparency.
It's 23 days in here, guys. 23 days. You're talking about 2.3 billion that was saved last year. These guys are saving 2.3 billion a day.
Right, but
isn't this amazing for you and I to listen to this taking place, and then you understand these things happen, and then you have leftists that just can't grasp the concept that everything is corrupt. Now, I'm not going to say everything. Let's be honest. Let's just say 85%.
I mean, it's incredible.
That's what they're saying. But where's the proof?
You're waiting. You're not going to be satisfied till he shows up with 10,000 pages. I think
but
in about
10,000 pages.
Yeah.
He's giving very specific things.
Yes, he's giving.
But he's not actually giving any evidence of that.
It's all going to come, because what they also said was, if we have to go to Congress, we'll go to Congress.
Right, but
we'll show where it is.
Some of the details that have come out, like the $59 million spent on luxury hotels, it's actually not.
You're talking about the FEMA money that was abused for migrants. That was.
Yeah,
FEMA money for migrants. That's okay now.
No, I'm not saying it's okay. I'm not saying it's okay. Don't put words in my mouth.
So would you stop that? Would you stop that process?
Don't be a dick. The portrayal. What I'm saying is the portrayal by him is just not factually accurate. He's talking about luxury hotels.
Okay, but they're just as guilty. These people talk shit all the time on networks, but they don't supply any facts. And then it comes out that half the time they're being rebunked, like the whole thing with Elon with the armored vehicles for $400 million or whatever the case may be. Then it was found out that it was actually a Joe Biden contract. These people are full of shit. This is not a credible network of information.
I'm not as big. Look, I was in Hurricane Katrina. I saw what FEMA does. I get it.
I think the issue too is these are congressionally appropriated funds. I think you and I as conservatives could look for a lot of things in the federal budget we would be more than happy to see done away with.
When Anderson Cooper is a decent guy. You know, in this business, he's about as good as you can ask for.
This is just an interview after the fact, but, you know, actually, Chris Sununu is a pretty gracious guy to let it just roll.
And when he said that to you, what does it mean to you in terms of what we're dealing with in our level of dialogue?
So really quick, when he said it, of course, I had like 6, I thought, really funny comebacks, but I thought, this is going to get out of control because you know me, I just want to extend the joke, and it's CNN, and I'm trying to be all serious. And if anything, I said, oh, this is great. We're having a political argument like me and my buddy would over a beer. You know, he's just kind of giving it to me, and I'm giving it back. So I think he's a great guy. I don't take any offense to it whatsoever.
That was kind of crazy. Just understand, with all of this that's taking place, this is the tip of the iceberg of what we're going to see. God, the citizens of this country need this, and we need to know. I am so appalled and pissed off that this kind of stuff just goes on, and they were like business as usual. But we're footing it. We're paying for it. We're paying for such asinine things. I will gladly give my money for North Carolina. I will gladly give my money for people in California that have lost their homes. I don't want to give my money for a gay parade in another country. That just seems stupid, and it sounds frickin' asinine, to tell you the truth. I'm glad it's coming out. I hope more comes out, and I heard the IRS is next. Oh, thank the heavens above. Rip them a new one. This stuff's going to keep coming, and let it keep coming. Thank God we voted him in, and thank goodness that they are taking action against these kind of corrupt crap. Doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, we voted him in. Doge is in place. It's going to be done. Let them scream. Let them grab pitchforks, whatever they're going to do. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I am Van Johnson. I hope you enjoy this content. Please like, share, subscribe, and as usual, take care, be safe, and I'll see you soon.